Microphones and Monsters is a Creative Typo production. Special thanks to Meade and Patrick T. Arsenault, our executive producer level supporters from Patreon.
Imagine a place where ancient secrets and unnatural horrors lie dormant. A place where the veil between worlds is thin, and the creatures of the night roam free. On Microphones and Monsters, a ragtag crew of travelers sets sail for one such destination. But beware, dear listener, for the horrors of Fazine are not for the faint of heart.
You didn't have to do that, Xerothin.
This thing is an abomination. We can make our own way.
You could definitely see that they were killed and ripped apart by ghouls, and it looks like they were eaten on by ghouls, but they have been getting the scraps have been getting picked off by the gas that were there.
I'll walk over and say,
Aren't you going to say a prayer over the dead? Isn't that in your realm of expertise, cleric?
Well, I am not exactly well practiced in prayer.
You literally called it an angel. Shut up.
I kind of fell into this a little later in life. I didn't really go through all of the same experiences that most clerics have. But I do think that it would be appropriate to perhaps hold some amount of consecration over what is left of the bodies. So, here we go.
Rub-a-dub-dub.
Oh, bodies. We knew the pieces of you well.
Oh, bodies, we hardly knew ye. So our time together was somewhat fleeting, although enjoyable, at least in times. And times have definitely been rough. But you were with us through all of these recent events. And I hope that you are able to find some peace in the pieces that you are remaining in. May you find safe travels into whatever afterlife you may be fit for.
You hobble into.
I am sure they can probably put you back into some more flattering form. Amen.
Oh, beautiful, Lucius.
So, now that is done, well, the whole reason for us coming down here was to find them, and we find them slaughtered. Is there any reason for us to be down here, or would you like a little revenge?
I mean, is there anything else down in this hole?
fuck if I know.
More
I'm not asking you.
You don't find anything else down there. Looking around, it's pretty empty. It looks like this was just a hole that was just the privy for the, like, there's no tunnels connecting it or anything. It was just being used as a privy. And I'm not going to make you roll on this, Richard, just because you already rolled high and
okay,
remembered stuff about ghouls before. But you know that mythos ghouls prefer to feast on the dead rather than the living, especially the long dead. It's unusual to see them attack a living creature. So this is not normal behavior. And you know that mythos ghouls absorb knowledge from the corpses they eat. And the older the corpse, the more powerful the transference. Hence, they rarely eat fresh meat. So this is way outside of the normal.
Although I also want to just clarify one other thing. So especially with all of these like bits and pieces, it would be pretty hard for us to be able to tell if like parts were maybe preserved and like taken with them.
Yeah, no, this is all very fresh
Like-
kills. There's no.
But I mean, there's no way we could tell the difference between, well, did they eat what's missing or did they just take what's missing?
I mean, you could cut them open. They're upstairs. They're at the top of the hole. You could cut them
Yeah,
open
the
and
two
see
ghouls.
what's in their stomach.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Well, I mean, we could do that. Although, I don't know.
You could cut
We-
open this ghast here too, but I mean, you obviously know that it was eating on them.
We know that they were eating on them.
I mean,
But-
I don't. I mean, I don't. It doesn't seem to me, just as a person, as a player, that it seems like they were saving any of it or anything like that. Like they're not Victor
there's
Stodge.
no preservation methods that, like your medicine check would have told you that too, that there was no
Okay.
preservation methods done to this, and it was
It definitely
more
looks like
a
it was
crazy
just eating.
frenzy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seems more like
Okay.
there's a food shortage and they're just going after what they can get.
Yeah,
Yes.
seems that way.
Yes.
I'm an expert on mythos schools. So.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. It does seem like perhaps unusual circumstances where these ghouls seem to just tear right into what would have been fresh kills, which is somewhat unusual. Normally, they prefer to eat older bodies. Definitely, the more rotted and decrepit, the more delectable, I've heard. And even from like an information standpoint, since they have a means of absorbing knowledge through the things that they eat, but it usually works better when it's more decrepit as well. So I don't really see any reasoning other than they must have been desperate for food.
What if they
And-
were trying to get them because they were involved with the stones?
Yes, in an alternative direction, they could have just wanted to murder them for the sake of murdering them.
They're not you.
You don't know that.
I suppose that would be possible, and we can't necessarily rule that out. But as I said, it is not typical behavior, at least from what I've seen of ghouls before.
Izzodath is just like solemnly standing by the pile, just like with her head down. And she's gonna just kind of quietly say, this isn't right. They're dead for no reason then. We need to figure out what's causing the ghouls to act this way, because it's not fair for this to happen to innocent people.
Yes, I agree. This could turn into a much larger problem if left unattended.
So we go through the tunnels, grab some ghoul heads, bring them back to Lothar, and turn a larger profit than one we had. I don't hear any opinions to the contrary.
Well, I'm not sure if a foray into the tunnels right now is our best option. Perhaps there is some more information to be gathered. If maybe there's someone who has some idea of where the ghouls normally are, that we might be able to find a more appropriate entrance, rather than slog through fecal tunnels for untold hours.
And maybe the watch can help.
Because they did such a good job with their own prison. The
It was just one
literal
of
prisoners were murdered right under their watch. No, I think this is something that we are going to have to do. Question is whether we brave this tunnel now or...
No tunnel.
There's no tunnel.
Yeah, we're at a
area.
dead end.
Okay, anyway.
Only way out is back
Well,
through the hole.
no. Only
Okay,
only way
my
that we
bad.
can see.
I had thought when you said like lava tunnels that they were all just a bunch of interconnected tunnels.
That's what I thought it was, too.
That's what you heard. That's what you heard.
Okay. So it's not just me making stuff up. Good.
No.
No, he definitely said that last time.
And were we told previously that the ghouls usually hung out in a specific spot? Wasn't there? Is there like a cemetery we were told they hung out in?
Well, I mean,
they,
you can
they
still
the
go up
outskirts of
and
town and in the tunnels
relay-
is what we.
Relay your findings to Captain
Yeah.
Menza.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
We
I
should
think there
go
was just talk
upstairs.
about the ghouls using the tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Ghouls
But I
use
thought
the
maybe
tunnels.
we were told.
You were told that it's all interconnected, but this was also hearsay rumors that you got from citizens of the town that don't traverse the tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
We
So-
should go back up and tell Captain Windsor and his awesome mustache.
Should we
What's
grab
going
some
on?
of their effects so that they know it's them? Or do you think she's just going to take our word for it?
Yeah, were there any like distinguishing items? I guess they didn't have many items.
They're what they were wearing is down there. It may be ripped up and stuff like that, but that's proof.
Yeah,
we could
maybe
take
like
that
one or
up.
two pieces that were like obviously came from them,
Yeah.
like a certain flamboyant piece of fabric that one of them was wearing, something like
Yeah.
that.
Like Banda definitely was like more flamboyant, like dresser.
Poor Banda.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like she's going to need a
Banda
band
buffet.
aid.
Casa's the
Although-
girl.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Although-
right.
Although now I guess that's one name we don't have to worry about
Yeah.
being too silly. No more Casa.
Well, you don't have to worry about
Casa
any of
and-
theof their names anymore because they're all
They're
dead.
all gone.
Well, I just mean because we had Casa and Kava and Kaza, and we can cross
Yeah.
one of those off now.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the dwarves' names.
I know there was 3 of them.
The Wycott triplets.
It was
Yes.
Yeah, how many
Although-
characters did you just kill? We killed the triplets.
So
we killed the
many.
brother and
Okay.
sister.
Let's
We
see.
killed
Yeah, the
the cook.
triplets, the brother and sister,
All right,
the cook.
so-
Who's left?
Let's
It was
see.
just those
I
six,
think
Nebby's
right?
it was just
dead.
them.
Yeah,
Nebby
it was
is dead.
Yeah.
The cook,
Ola,
Nebby,
Matwa, and Ade.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
dwarves, the two
Banda
Banda
and
Casa.
Casa.
And that's
Because
it, right?
That's it?
Nuki's still alive. Mosetta
Nuki's-
stayed,
Yeah,
stayed
Nuki's with the
like
captain.
back.
Musetta is
cons-
still swabbing the deck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They
And
just
then
had
the
to work
captain
around the
yeah.
construct swabbing the deck as they were rebuilding the ship.
All right.
I mean, honestly though, like out of the entire crew, like
I mean, you can
Lucius
even
was
grab
definitely
like
more attached to the captain
one of
and
the-
Hayden. So
one of the beards.
Yeah, so was
Oh, like, so just, you know,
Just a chunk of beard.
It's awful.
you
from
grab
one of
some
the
teeth.
triplets.
You know, if they got a tattoo, you know, just kind of flay that off a little bit, you know.
it's like, well, the people I liked are still alive.
Me. All right, let's grab some of their effects and we'll go back up to the surface. Report back to Lothar and see where we can go from there.
All right. You make
Sick.
your way back up.
Yep.
Izzodath would hang back a second, and she's
Okay.
going to approach this horrendous pile.
I'm
And just-
with you because I'm in your pack.
Yeah. What are you trying to get out of the horrendous pile?
What
are we
are we
Nothing.
doing this?
So she's just going to reach out. She's upset. She's
Okay.
incredibly. These were like the only friends that she remembers having.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not my friend, Xerothin.
Just saved your life
Like,
a couple
what do you
times.
mean?
Nothing big.
Saved your life a couple times.
He
Xerothin
definitely
has
just
friends?
committed an evil act.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Rufus is a little ticked at him.
It says neutral evil on alignment. That tracks.
It does. It does.
But she's just gonna kind of stand there for a second and just reach out, and I'm just gonna say that she can see like something that she recognizes from like Nebby, and she's just gonna reach out and kind of touch the pile. And
As
just
you
kinda
touch
whis-
the pile.
I'm waiting.
You're waiting.
As you touch the pile, a vision comes across your mind, and the room just kind of fades out, and instead it's filled with a jungle at night on fire. So the jungle morphs around you, and your wooden staff morphs into a twisted eldritch form, pulsating with dark energies that seem to feed on the burning chaos around you. Each strike sends ripples of unsettling vibrations through the air, and the howling of the behemoths, now closer, intertwines with the anguished cries of the tortured plants. The voice, that voice, your twins, pierces through the cacophony, a dissonant harmony that intensifies the nightmarish scene. This eldritch nature of the shillelagh triggers memories of your cursed blood race and telepathic connection with your twin, accompanied by the haunting whicker of the approaching creature. And then you're back in there touching Nebby's dead body.
So as she was having this vision, Rufus would have seen it because Izzodath, I assume, is kind of in like a catatonic state for a few seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said that.
Yeah, Rufus would have been saying the
I
whole
was ahead
time.
of
He
you
like
there.
he like fades in like in your hearing. Yeah.
Just pat me on the head. Hello.
Izzy, we gotta go back up. I miss him too, but we'll figure it out.
What Rufus would see happening is plant growth overtaking the pile of bodies
Oh.
because
Okay.
it triggered yet another one of her spells.
Oh, okay. Well, then I didn't say what I did because I would be like, Izzy, what's going on? like it didn't. Did it come off of you and out of you, or is it just sort of happening?
It just kind of is happening.
Oh, okay. Izzy, what did you do to them?
Oh, what? This? Oh, I saw things.
Are you okay?
I want to get out of here. We need to go back up.
Okay, let's go back up. It's okay. Don't worry. We'll figure out what happened and we'll make sure everyone's safe.
And she scurries up the rope.
All right.
Rufus is learning all sorts of things about people today. Don't let me down, Richard.
So you learn Shillelagh.
Friend.
So you actually you learn that you can cast Shillelagh, and
Shalala.
but
Wow.
but you actually casted plant growth.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't know, like you still don't
No
really
clue.
know what that was. But
She's
you
like,
know
what the fuck is a
Shillelagh.
shillelagh?
Yeah.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la, shillelagh.
Does everyone else know what that is, or are you just having fun with the name? Because I have no clue.
Shillelagh
It's a spell.
is a spell. It's a druid spell that allows you to make a stick magical so that you use it as like a club, basically.
Magical
Oh, okay.
bonking tool.
Yes.
A
Yeah.
druid thing, you say?
Yes. I use
Got
it,
it.
Steven's
all the
like,
time.
Yes. The
I'm
pieces
very
are coming
observant.
together.
And
And
Those are
it's one of the
coming
spells
together.
that I don't know that I've ever used, but it's always been such a fun spell that
Yeah.
I've just known about it
Well,
forever.
it's easy, repeatable magical damage.
Mhm.
Super
Yeah.
early.
Mhm.
So
Oh,
you can
true.
bypass
It is.
DR.
Well, good. Use that next time we're fighting.
I plan on it. And also something that you guys probably wouldn't know because it is one of the Steinhardt
planned on it.
races. Well, he clued you into my race.
Tween.
So no, he said cursed blood.
Yeah.
So
Theme.
she is a cursed blood, which is kind of like a culmination of like a demon spawn.
Oh, good. My friends, the demon spawn and the metamorphic lion evil man.
All right.
And old
and
men
the-
forgetting names.
and the old dementia-ridden cleric who doesn't worship anything in particular.
I'm just here, man.
He's just vibing.
He summons a grotesque angel.
Right. That was horrifying enough.
All right, so y'all are back up top. Captain Winza is up there. Captain Sensa is up there, and of course the first mate, Aiden.
Hey, Aiden! We truly appreciate your support for Microphones and Monsters. To experience even more Microphones and Monsters magic, join our Patreon at patreon.com/creativetypo. You'll get ad-free episodes, bonus content, and even uncut sessions of our monster slaying exploits. And don't forget to discover another Creative Typo show waiting for you after this episode.
All right, so how are you presenting your findings to everybody else?
Well, I imagine that Captain Winsa would be there and ask us what we found. Like as he sees we're coming up.
As we're getting out of the hole.
We weren't
So-
down there very long. He was probably in the room still.
Sounded like you had a tussle down there. What'd you find?
Well, unfortunately, we found what happened to our compatriots. It would seem that they were attacked by ghouls and possibly killed some of them, maybe even up in the cell, and then dragged down. We found many remains from what was left of them. We also encountered a couple of ghasts that were likely belonging to the ghouls.
They were gross.
Man, this is awful. And Captain Sensa is like she's trying to keep a brave face, like her and Aiden are just like absolutely just like it strikes them really hard. Like whenever you mention them being dead And
Yeah, it's all their fault.
it's like, yeah, I think my intuition to get off of this damn island is the right thing to do.
Well, as I had said before, if your desire is to leave, then I do not blame you, but I myself feel that there is at least some duty to try and figure out what's going on here, because there could end up being very dire consequences indeed.
Yeah. It's definitely not something I don't think I can, like, if it's anything like what we've encountered so far, you four are the most capable that I know to do it. So,
It's okay, Captain. We'll
me
make
and,
sure that no one else gets hurt.
well, me and
No
Aiden
promises will be made.
As I will show my fangs as Rufus says that.
Well, Aiden and I we'll see to the repairs, and if you insist on staying, you'll stay. We're not gonna make you leave. Our contract is done. We'll see that you get your share of the money too. So we'll but I'll cover your expenses at the tavern at the inn.
That's very
till we're
kind
gone.
of you. And speaking of the tavern, I would not mind bathing.
Yeah, I'm very dirty.
And after we figure out all the expenses, because we got to find a new crew, hopefully we can get another shipment out of here, so we got pay waiting for us. But we'll meet back up. We'll be seeing you at the inn for sure. But we want to help with the repairs. Maybe that'll lower the cost of it some, and make sure you want to stay before we leave.
Well, yes, it is, I'm sure, not quite time to be able to leave yet, but we will address that when it nears closer.
Yeah, well, they said it may take a few weeks, so it's not going to be overnight. So as she finishes saying that, a prominent-looking man looks in, human.
Man about town.
Prominent.
Captain Lothar says, "Oh, Magister." It's Alwiggy. Magister Alwiggy looks around. He's like, "Magister Alwiggy."
Is that a title or a name?
No, his
Magister
name is
is a
Alwiggy.
title.
That's just definitely a title.
Alwigi.
Alwiggy.
Is Magister a title?
Yes, Magister is a title.
Yes.
Magistrate. Yeah.
Okay.
Like the magistrate, like
Okay.
So his eyes are just like he's looking very concerned, and he looks at the four of you, notices that he's just looking around at the scene. He's looking at you, and he's like, "It looks like you've been in a fight in the stockade here. I demand to know what is going on."
Well, Magister, you'll have to forgive our appearance. We were just investigating down in the lava tunnels, and it is unpleasant, to say the least.
I could smell you. Yes. Continue.
We were here trying to investigate what had happened to our missing compatriots who were imprisoned for causing a kerfuffle out on the beaches, and we're awaiting a hearing.
Yes, I am aware of that. Do you have any idea what caused this, and why are there dead ghouls in my stockade?
Well, it seems that those dead ghouls are the ones who caused this. As best as we've been able to piece together so far, the ghouls must have come up through the tunnels here and attacked them in the cell, and killed them and dragged them down into the tunnel, where they proceeded to eat at least a portion of them, and whatever bits and pieces remained were being chowed upon by some ghasts when we arrived down in the tunnel.
He just waves his hand dismissingly at you, and the pact with the ghouls have been honored for countless generations. They would never jeopardize that. This is clearly the work of starved renegades. And with a pointed look at Lothar, the magistrate leaves the stockade.
Well, I cannot argue that them being
He's
starved renegades fits the narrative. But he's just talking to no one at this
Oh,
point.
I know.
She's still gone.
I don't think that's a foregone conclusion, but I suppose that is one hypothesis.
I will motion over to Captain Lothar.
Captain Lothar Wenza?
Wenza.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Captain Wenza. Very confusing, as these are described as lava tunnels, correct?
Yeah.
So when we went down there was no tunnel. There was no way to lead to other connecting branches. It simply stopped.
Yeah, that is a popular rumor around town. I don't fully believe in it. I've never really gone down there too much. I've seen some of the tunnels, but everyone believes that the caverns are connected. Some probably are, but not all of them.
Perhaps it's worth mentioning, but we did see one of the ghasts kind of disappear into the wall of the tunnel, or, well, I guess the hole that is called a tunnel.
Yeah, it just went straight to it. You can't understand.
Like a burrower. Like, yeah, I imagine they burrow.
Yes, but at the same time, it was like it sealed back behind him, so perhaps not like ordinary burrowing.
What's the kind of like creatures that like burrow but they leave the dirt behind? Not creating
groundhogs,
moles,
earthworm,
prairie dogs.
Like there is animals that do that and they leave.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
they leave the dirt behind.
I was gonna say, in the context of D&D, earth elementals do that.
Yeah.
Pelicans. That's it.
You can tell that he doesn't really know a lot
Nailed
about.
it.
You know, he doesn't know a lot about gas. Like, it's not something he's like. I don't really know too much about gas. It's I know of them, but never seen them.
But yes, it seems that they are burrowing from one place to another, and maybe that's how these rumors got started.
Maybe
Possibly.
we could just go talk to the ghouls. The guy who just left said that they're nice.
Well, I do know that like there are lava tubes that go under town and across the island. I mean, they were made by the island over centuries, you know. So but I mean, with everything with it constantly still like making new ones, so slowly over time, I mean, there's going to be collapses in the tunnels. So but that's, like I said, I don't buy into the rumor that it's all connected.
Where do the ghouls usually, like, where do they live? I know that the Magister said that there's starved renegades. Has something like this happened before?
Let's go talk in the office. Let's go talk in my office real quick.
Oh no! Last time we went to talk in the office,
The ghouls all popped out.
Good old.
He doesn't wait
bit.
on you. He does turn around
Just
and starts
goes.
walking to the office.
Do you perhaps have a reservoir of water where we might wash off first?
Is there a shower?
If not, I can produce the water.
A bucket, perhaps.
Is there a hose? Were they hosing Jeb down earlier?
No.
I'll take the hose.
there's cold water.
Did they have a fountain out in that garden?
Flashback.
Well,
Start
if you,
walking
Garden's
around the
exactly
fountain.
the same as
did
it
you
was
say that-
yesterday.
did you say that you can create the water out loud?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
he's
I
like,
would.
I mean, we throw buckets on. Well, we did. Yeah, you could create the water. It'll drain out. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And he'll go and get one of the buckets that I'm assuming is just sitting over in the corner.
Yeah.
And he'll use the create water to fill it up.
All right,
And,
everyone,
and-
get
Group
Take-
shower time.
take your hobo shower.
Then,
Or if there's a larger basin, because you can actually create a pretty good amount of water.
yeah,
you might-
there would
may, like,
definitely be a
create it-
basin in there. Yeah.
Yeah, create it in a larger basin and then use the bucket to just scoop it out.
Like there might even still be some water in the basin in there. So, you can do it.
Can you
Dump out the dirty.
A little?
You can kind of
Yeah.
refresh the water that you're using.
Yeah. Huzzah.
Just
And,
like stand there, just arms stretched out, just Just dump the water on me.
Izzy will take little scoops of water and help Rufus clean off.
Thank you, Izzy. Oh, it's cold. Look out, Mr. Mouse. He's going to get wet.
And then after that's done, then I'll be willing to go to the office to talk.
Once I'm clean.
It's like, if we're going to be sitting down and talking, I must get rid of the stench.
Close quarters.
Thankfully, it was just my head and my extremities, and then she was able to wipe the blood off of my leather armor. So, like, the majority of me didn't get wet or bloody. It was my armor and my face and claws and stuff.
So, while you're washing off and like, Lothar is waiting in his office. He didn't stay there with you. He's tired of smelling you.
Yeah, us too.
And he's the one who wanted to go inside.
Yeah. So, like, while you're thinking on what just happened, and you can talk about it if you want to, you can give me an insight check into the Alwiggy. And you can give an insight check into Lothar, or one or the other, if you were specifically focusing on one of them instead of the other.
Izzodath will definitely insight check Alwiki, because she was listening to him. Like the whole like starved renegade thing really is what caught her attention.
He is very
I
rude.
think Rufus was paying it. Like Rufus has been slighted by a lot of people in the last couple of minutes, and so he was definitely suspicious of the guy that just sort of hand waved everyone getting murdered as just like, oh, whatever. So, I got a
Cost
15.
of doing business.
I got a 15.
Okay.
I got an 11.
Okay.
Lucius is also going to incite Alwiggy. He doesn't really feel very like it doesn't feel like Wins is like that suspect right now.
Okay.
But
Who could
that
be with that
Alwiggy
mustache?
guy. Also an 11.
Okay. Anything from Xerothin?
Nope.
Nope.
I
don't
do
care.
not care.
Lothar is a fool, and Wiggy is a pompous politician. I already
Wiggy.
know Wiggy, whatever.
All right. The only thing that you got from that is he is just a very rude and just a very rude man.
We should kill him.
You don't know
Down,
what to
boy.
think of that. Like you're just baffled that like he just dismissed all that. But you don't pick up any signs of anything else there.
He's mean.
He lacks
My
empathy.
friend just
That's what you
my
got
friend
from
just
it.
died. He's mean. It's just the thoughts in Rufus's head.
All right.
What do we do next?
You make it to the office. Yeah, just
Yes, I
close
would
the
hope
door
so.
behind you.
Is the axe back up on the wall?
Yeah, he put the axe back up on the wall.
Okay, good.
You can
Just
tell he
making
wiped
sure.
it off, and he's like he sets the rag down on the desk, on an empty spot on the desk.
Did he even use it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He split
couldn't remember.
one of the ghouls in twain.
In
That's
twain.
Or
right.
at least partially.
And he's like,
I like saying in twain.
In twain.
Twain.
listen,
So much more fun than saying two.
I know y'all have a lot of questions. We'll get to them. I promise you. But look, I need your help. You've got a reason to look into what's going on. And as an outsider, I can be reasonably sure that you're not involved in whatever it is. If it goes sideways, I can always deny knowing what you were up to. If you want to find out what happened and make some coin in the process, meet me at the Laughing Hammer tonight.
Where is the Laughing Hammer?
So he points up at the map, right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, I
Got
mean, it's not one that had been mentioned to us before.
When you
Yeah.
put it that way,
It's
I
a
know
spot
where
where
that
the
is.
watch likes to go.
It's a cop bar.
I
Yeah,
saw it
it's
when
basically
you
it's a cop bar.
Gotcha.
I want to say that Mamau had told you about it, but I'm not.
She
100%.
mentioned the Albatross, Port of Call,
Yeah.
and Kava.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember
This
this
one hasn't
one.
been
Yeah, she
mentioned
probably
yet.
wouldn't have mentioned that because it's a cop bar.
Because we were asking
Yeah.
about places to stay, not places to drink
Yeah.
with cops.
True.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, Laughing Hammer tonight, and that is
What time?
tonight. That did.
Tonight.
Twain night.
Twain night.
Next time on Microphones and Monsters.
That is the end of that chapter, and you
End of the chapter.
you level up.
Woo.
Hey.
So, folks have gone missing on my island, and I want to get to the bottom of it. You seem like the mercenary type, and I can make it worth your while. I'm sure you've got some questions, so have at it.
What would you do if I told you that the world is not what it seems?
You're telling me that potato salad is the key to other worlds? Ha! It's not even the best side dish.
And people are not who they appear to be.
I don't know that we can trust Master Douche.
Well, I know for damn sure we can't trust Charles Edward Cheese.
My name's not Mike.
Where puns run rampant through the streets.
The Global Adventurers Guild Master Enterprises will not stand for this.
Well, it's gag me for short, so I'm pretty sure they take everything on their knees, don't they?
And it's hard to tell who the real monsters are.
Well, yeah, it's a mimic. But I'm Francis the Lion.
3 heroes.
You have my sword.
You have my kazoo.
Oh god, my hip.
Face off against 3 villains.
Never again will they enslave me.
We'll make damn sure of that.
I'm Francis the Lion.
We know.
To keep the world of Foray from ripping apart.
This damn portal won't close.
Have you tried turning it off and back on again?
And Tim and Terry from getting even more screwed.
They're totally werewolves.
Yep, they're definitely werewolves.
Holy shit, those guys are werewolves.
Welcome to A Fool's Quest. A Fool's Quest can be found on all major podcasting platforms simply by searching A Fool's Quest.